Hi, Artpost friends. I've had a fun evening of rewatching some of our videos from the previous year here at Artpost, and I found one in particular. I called it Reflecting Forward. It was from last October, and I encourage you to reflect forward into the spring and design a season for yourself that includes rest and fun and some time outside and anything else you want to include in there for yourself. Enjoy this video reflecting forward one more time as the seasons change between winter and spring and we're ready for a new adventure. I know that might seem kind of like a backward statement. How can you reflect and look forward at the same time? But that's what I feel like art really is for me. Every time I start with a blank page or a blank canvas, I am reflecting on something I've seen, something that I'm currently looking at, or a memory, a thought. You know, I'm reflecting what my awareness is onto the blank page or canvas. And at the same time, I'm moving forward because I'm taking something that wasn't there before and creating something new. So I call that reflecting forward. So the last photo that I shared with you was from this year's staycation. It was when I stayed home this summer and I was pedaling around town on my bike, and I happened to notice this really interesting reflection going on the ground. So one way that I sometimes start my drawings, I just want to frame out a portion of this image to draw. So I've got myself a little square of this, and I'm looking at the lines, the major lines that come in. This is the line for the curb. I'm sketching in here. So you can see I'm using rough lines, just sketching in some direction. Inside of this wonderful puddle, you can see at the very top of my screen my bike. And my bike is reflecting in the water. And it's so interesting. I don't know if you've ever tried this. One of the techniques from a professor of mine in school, we drew portraits upside down. And the reason that they had us doing that was because it takes your attention away from what your mind thinks something looks like, right? And you have to just be with that image that you're drawing, and you really start to see where lines are, because you can't make sense of it upside down, right? So even if I don't know how to draw a bicycle, my mind might think that I know how to draw that. By drawing this upside down, which is what is happening here in our reflection, you trick your mind into seeing what's really there instead of what it thinks might be there. So just an interesting little side note to drawing objects upside down. And we'll give this tree in here some time. There's the bigger part of the tree way, way, way. This might even be a neighboring tree. Reflecting over here. Give it some shadow. And then in front, directly in front, what's closest to us, coming in front of this photo. So these are not reflections. These are the actual tree branches and leaves hanging down into the view of what's going on in this image. So they are going to come across. This is the puddle edge back here. And it kind of dries up and gets skinny here towards the bottom. And then these branches right here, we can really play with them and make them nice and dark. because they are closest to us and not reflecting. They are actually in the image. So there you have it, guys. That was a quick sketch. I will go and reflect on my sketch and maybe make a finished drawing another time. But that's my story about reflecting forward. And we have lots of things to look forward to and lots of new things to create. So everybody have a great week, and we'll see you next time.